Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, lived a young boy named Alex. Alex was an ordinary boy with extraordinary dreams. He had always been fascinated by the idea of flying not just in the sky but soaring in life, reaching heights that no one from his village had ever imagined. But life wasn't easy for Alex. His family was poor, and his father was a farmer who worked from dawn till dusk to provide for them. The village school was small, and resources were limited. Despite the hardships, Alex had a fire in his heart. He knew that education was his ticket to a better life, so he studied hard, even when others doubted him. Every day, after school, Alex would help his father in the fields. He carried heavy bags of grain, watered the crops, and did whatever was needed. Yet, no matter how tired he was, he never missed a day of studying. He would stay up late, reading under the dim light of a lantern, dreaming of a future where he could lift his family out of poverty. Weeks passed, and one day a letter arrived at Alex's home. With trembling hands, he opened it, and his eyes widened in disbelief. One day, a notice came to the village about a statewide scholarship exam for admission into the best school in the city. The thought of competing with the best students from across the region scared him, but Alex didn't let fear hold him back. He signed up for the exam, determined to give it his all. The day of the exam arrived, and Alex traveled to the city. The other students were from well-off families, wearing crisp uniforms and carrying expensive books. Alex felt out of place in his simple clothes, but he reminded himself of the bigger picture. His dreams were bigger than his fears. Alex poured his heart and soul into the exam. He didn't just rely on what he had learned, but also on his perseverance, grit, and determination. He knew he was not just fighting for a seat in a prestigious school, but for a future he had always dreamed of. He had not only passed the exam, but had topped it. Alex had earned a full scholarship to the best school in the city. The entire village celebrated his success. Alex became a symbol of hope and inspiration for others. He proved that no matter where you come from or what your circumstances are, with determination, hard work, and belief in yourself, you can achieve the impossible. Years later, Alex became a successful engineer, helping to build better infrastructure for rural communities like his own. He never forgot his roots and always returned to his village to inspire other young boys and girls, telling them, "Your dreams are only as big as your courage to chase them." Alex's journey became a beacon of hope for all, reminding them that even the smallest of dreams can lead to the greatest of heights. As time went by, Alex's life began to take on a new rhythm in the city. The prestigious school was more challenging than anything he had ever experienced, but Alex was determined to keep up. He woke up early, attended classes, and stayed up late in the library, devouring books on science, mathematics, and engineering. His teachers noticed his relentless drive, and many of them took him under their wing, offering extra help and guidance. However, not everything was smooth. Being a village boy in a city full of wealth and privilege came with its challenges. Some of his classmates looked down on him. They teased him about his simple clothes and his rural background. But Alex had learned from a young age that obstacles were not meant to stop him, but to strengthen him. Whenever he felt discouraged, Alex would remember his father's words, "The land doesn't give its fruits easily. You have to nurture it with love, patience, and hard work." The same goes for life. These words echoed in his heart whenever doubt crept in. One day, the school announced a national-level science competition. The challenge was to create an innovative solution that could solve a real-world problem. Alex saw this as his opportunity to make a difference. He decided to focus on something close to his heart: agriculture. He had seen firsthand the struggles his father and other farmers faced, dealing with unpredictable weather, pests, and poor irrigation systems. He knew that if he could create a solution for these issues, it could transform the lives of countless farmers across the country. Alex spent weeks researching, brainstorming, and designing. He would visit the local agricultural university to learn from experts, and during weekends, he would travel back to his village to test his ideas in the fields. He built a prototype for an affordable, solar-powered irrigation system that could be controlled remotely via a simple mobile app. This system would ensure that crops received the right amount of water, even in areas with little rainfall, and it could help conserve water in drought-prone regions. The day of the competition arrived. Alex presented his project in front of a panel of judges who were amazed by his creativity and the practical application of his idea. His project was not just theoretical, it had the potential to solve a real problem faced by millions of farmers across the country. After a tense wait, the results were announced. Alex had won first place. His innovation received national recognition, and soon, government officials and private companies began to take interest in his project. With their support, Alex was able to scale his idea, turning it into a full-fledged initiative that reached farmers in remote areas across the country. Alex's success didn't just benefit his family, it uplifted entire communities. Farmers began to see better crop yields, and their financial situations improved. Alex's village, once struggling with poverty, started to thrive. New schools were built, roads were improved, and opportunities began to open up for the next generation. But Alex didn't stop there. He believed that education was the key to breaking the cycle of poverty, so he founded a scholarship fund for underprivileged students from rural areas. His story inspired thousands of young minds who had once thought that dreams were out of their reach. Alex made sure that they had the resources and support they needed to chase their own dreams, just as he had. When Alex arrived in Africa, he was struck by the similarities between the villages there and his own back home. The struggles of the farmers were familiar: the dry earth, the unpredictable weather, and the relentless work required to grow crops. But what struck him most was the resilience of the people. Despite the hardships, they never gave up hope, just like the farmers he had grown up with. Alex spent months working alongside local communities, learning about their specific challenges and adapting his system to suit their needs. He wasn't just bringing technology. He was building relationships and sharing knowledge. His efforts paid off. The solar-powered irrigation systems he installed transformed barren fields into thriving farmland. Crop yields improved, and with them, the lives of the farmers and their families. But it wasn't just about farming. Alex knew that education was key to lasting change, so he started collaborating with local schools. He helped establish agricultural education programs, teaching students about sustainable farming practices and the science behind it. He wanted to empower the next generation, just as he had been empowered through education. As his work in Africa grew, so did his vision. Alex realized that his mission was not just about improving agriculture, it was about building a future where communities around the world could thrive independently. He founded an organization called Seeds of Change, dedicated to sustainable development in rural areas globally. The organization provided not just technology, but also education, training, and support to ensure that communities could continue to grow and develop long after the initial projects were implemented. Years later, Alex's name became synonymous with innovation, compassion, and change. Seeds of Change expanded to countries across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Millions of farmers adopted his methods, and countless students benefited from the educational programs his organization offered. Governments and global organizations partnered with him to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges, from food security to climate change. In one of his visits back home, Alex was invited to speak at his old school. Standing in front of the students, he looked into the eager eyes and saw himself in them, children with dreams far bigger than their circumstances. He told them, "When I was your age, I didn't have much, but I had a dream. That dream became my compass, guiding me through every challenge. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big. With hard work, perseverance, and a little bit of courage, you can turn your dreams into reality." Alex's words resonated deeply with the students. They saw in him a living example of what was possible, even for someone from a small village. Over the years, many of those students went on to achieve great things, inspired by Alex's journey. Some became doctors, engineers, and entrepreneurs, while others followed in Alex's footsteps, working to improve the lives of others in their communities. Alex's story became a legend, a tale passed down from generation to generation. He wasn't just a boy from a village who had risen to great heights. He was a symbol of hope, a reminder that with vision, determination, and kindness, anything was possible. His impact was felt far beyond the communities he directly worked with. Alex's story inspired a global movement towards more equitable and sustainable development. He was frequently invited to share his insights at international conferences and forums, where he spoke passionately about the importance of resilience, innovation, and compassion in creating a better world. As Alex approached the end of his career, he reflected on the incredible journey that had taken him from a small village to the global stage. He looked back with pride on the lives he had touched, the challenges he had overcome, and the dreams he had turned into reality. His legacy was one of hope, possibility, and the power of the human spirit. In his final years, Alex continued to work on his projects, always with the same enthusiasm and dedication that had driven him from the beginning. He was surrounded by friends, family, and colleagues who admired and respected him for his unwavering commitment to making the world a better place. Alex passed away peacefully, leaving behind a world forever changed by his contributions. His life's work lived on through the countless initiatives he had started, the many lives he had touched, and the ongoing inspiration he provided to dreamers everywhere. His story was celebrated in books, documentaries, and speeches, ensuring that his message would continue to inspire future generations. Alex's life was a testament to the power of dreams, hard work, and a heart full of compassion. And so, the tale of Alex became a beacon of hope for those who dared to dream big, reminding them that with courage and determination, even the loftiest dreams could be realized. His legacy lived on, not just in the achievements he had made, but in the hearts of those who were inspired to follow their own paths to greatness.